to the first ever edition of Run the 903, a new podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it, being put out by Cedar Creek Media. Cedar Creek Media used to involve both of these guys right here. Now, I mean, he's still there, but he's kind of a traitor. Go ahead. We got another school.
You consented, man. You told me it was okay.
Well, anyway, guys, it is, again, Run the 903. This is Cedar Creek Media's first ever presentation that's not a live broadcast that involves us. I produced Beyond the Blueprints for Mosier's Design Center for a few months now. We decided, hey, why not go ahead and turn it over this way? But I'll go ahead and let you guys introduce yourselves. We'll start right here, and we'll go down the line and let you guys introduce yourselves.
Of course, I've been here with the group from the start. You know, when it was a two-man team, of course, J.D. Bird still rocking and rolling here with the crew. Now, heading over to Cayuga. This will be the first full year of sports that I get to cover over there. I got to cover a little bit of baseball at the end of last year. I had a good time over there with them during the baseball season. Now it's time to do some football, which I'm excited to get to watch some play some football. Cayuga Wildcat Sports Network is where you can find Mr. J.D. Bird here doing all of his broadcasts for the Cayuga Wildcats.
Absolutely. And a voice that hasn't really been heard on these airwaves too much. One time they helped me out with the scrimmage last week. But guys, that you're going to be seeing a lot more, especially here on Run the 903, something we'll be doing throughout the year. It is the boys from Westwood. So go ahead and take it away there, Mr. Well, I don't want to say your name because then it ruins it.
Yeah, sure will. My name is Ricky Honey. I'm affectionately known as Ricky Bobby Honey. Nothing to do with Talladega Nights.
We don't know how we're related.
Yes, and me and Taylor are somehow related. We just don't know how. We haven't finished our 23andMe thing yet. But anyway, this year I've decided to jump out of the radio booth and jump into the video booth that started the Westwood Panther Sports Network in collaboration with Cedar Creek Media, and I will be doing the play-by-play for Westwood. And my partner to my right is...
Hey, I'm Jeff Boozer. This is my second year in the booth. Just decided to help Ricky last year with Policy in Westwood, and we're excited to see how things go. Really, looking for big things this season. I'm from the area, but I'm not that familiar with Westwood, but I'm learning. I'm just here because I don't know. They need somebody to fill the seat. So I heard there would be pizza. So,
well, I can tell you right, and for anybody that doesn't know, I'm Taylor Honey, also with JD, been here since day one.
Right.
But anyway, I don't know if I want to call it lucky, because obviously it's probably part of the reason why you agreed, but what a great coincidence or whatever that your very first foray into broadcasting sports just so happens to be for one of the most exciting teams in the state of Texas. I mean, that's let's just put it this way. I've seen a lot of games, or I've seen a lot of years that didn't exactly have winning records. I don't know when you won't see a winning record in the future.
Nice. That's why I've been off for this long,
The very first year I did Westwood in 2021, we had a losing record. Made the playoffs,
right,
but we finished up 5-6. After that, it was up 93, 11-1, 93. This year, like I said, very exciting. We have a brand new head coach. We kind of had some chaos the last couple of years in our head coaching position. We have a brand new one who just happens to be familiar with the area. His name is Randy Pippin. He was a coach at Trinity Valley back in 1994 when they won the national championship, the first football national championship for the school. He's been around collegiate level for a long time, very defensive-minded coach. He comes in, he's going to take over as the head coach and hopefully shore up our defense. And, of course, we have the top-rated quarterback in the state of Texas, and Kavion Bryan, who's already committed to Texas Tech. We have his little brother at receiver who's got quite a few offers, including Texas Tech. And then another receiver, very good receiver, Markel Morrow, 1,300 yards receiving last year. We're just stacked at the offensive position. So, and then our basketball team boys basketball team made it all the way to the state championship game and lost a heartbreaker by 1 point. The girls basketball team made it to the playoffs for the first time in 13 years. And we're rocking and rolling. If you want to see some good sports, you come watch us.
Absolutely. And that, again, there are so many kids over there in Westwood that have shown up, ready to put in the work and ready to put in the dedication and everything like that. But it all starts with kind of the first family, I guess, if you would, over there at Westwood. The Bryants have really the culture changed over there.
Right,
He might have only just now got the AD title, but it really seems like when that man walked through the door, things changed.
He got hired in, I think it was 2001. He got hired. Kavion was still he's in 8th grade. He was still playing junior high football.
2021, right?
20. That's 2001.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Whoa.
I thought we were going way back there.
You know what? I'm trying.
I was like, man, that's when I was born. What's going on here? Whoa. Yeah. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
We'll turn this volume down just a bit.
We got a baby over here. But anyway, yeah, he came in 2021, and he was the junior high coach for football, and then the head boys basketball coach. He's been the head boys basketball coach since he's been there. And then, of course, when Kavion moved up to varsity in 22, he came up to the varsity and was quarterback coach and stuff like that. And then this past year, when we decided not to renew the contract of the previous head coach and athletic director, he was put before the board to become the athletic director, and he's one of the few non-football head football coach athletic directors you're going to see in especially 3A and up. And you're going to see that down in 2A and 1A, but you don't see it very much in 3A level. But he is the athletic director. He searched and searched and searched for a head coach. He finally called up one of his buddies and said, "Hey man, I'm getting desperate. It's almost May and I don't have a head coach." And his buddy told him to call Randy Pippen. And Coach Pippen just happened to be defensive coordinator down in Brazosport at the time. And he called Coach Pippen up, and Coach Pippen said, "Yeah, he wants to." Coach Pippen is actually from Mesquite, so he wanted to come back up to this area, and I think it was a match made in heaven. I think it's going to be great.
Absolutely. Now, it's not the only prestigious head coach we got in the building. Now, of course, rolling into the first year here on the KU Wildcat Sports Network, we haven't really got to see. Let's be honest, we didn't get to see any KU football the last couple of years because we've been in Maybach. You know what I mean? That's just kind of what it is. But I can tell you one thing about the KU football team, and that's that they have maybe one of the, I don't want to say coolest because that makes it sound like, hey, we're one of the easiest to talk to and most genuinely like, you can tell this is this guy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, guys at coach, that just so happens to also be, quite frankly, a football genius is Jacob McGee.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the guy he's great to interact with.
Right.
I mean, easy going dude, easy to talk to, like you said. And when it comes to his results on the football field, I'd say they're pretty darn good. I mean, they've made the playoffs the last couple of years consistently, and they've been racking up there. They've built themselves a culture of winning, and not just football. I mean, their basketball last year was also pretty elite. Their baseball, they were. I went to watch their baseball. And let me just say, I had some fun. When I went, did Maybank baseball, that was one thing. Going to watch KU baseball, man, watching those kids play. You could tell that there was an energy that they play with at KU that you don't find in a lot of schools. I mean, and for a small school, it was like there was some passion that was played whenever they touched the field.
And it's been like that at KU for years now. You know what I mean? It's something about that baseball program over there. And I mean, let's also talk about this. Is there any better 2A athletic or baseball fields in East Texas? I mean, my goodness, if you haven't been out there, I'll put them on the screen. See them here right now. I mean, my goodness, man, an absolutely beautiful baseball and softball stadium that they just got set up over there in KU.
They had me sitting on pretty up there press box.
Yeah.
Seeing everything, like it was great. Like I had no, I'm telling you, dude, they had me. They gave me first class service.
Yes.
They wanted to make sure I was comfy whenever I went over.
My Maybank football booth isn't as nice as his baseball booth.
Can I get some pictures of that so I can take it back to my school and say,
I'm doing the same thing. Coach Mack, I'm looking at you right now. Actually, Coach Mack.
I thought Maybank just did a bunch of renovations to their baseball field.
They did. Included nothing with the press box. We still have a deer blind as a press box.
At least you have a deer blind.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sitting under a deer blind.
That's
because
true.
Nobody wants to get up in the deer blind in Westwood.
No, you might fall through. But again, we're going to be talking pretty much exclusively football. But while we're talking on new coaches and stuff like that, y'all have another new hire as coach over there, Coach Juan Perez. That's going to be a fantastic baseball addition for you guys.
I'm really excited. Not only baseball but softball. Also, we just hired back, or not hired back, but brought an alumni back,
That's
Jasmine Hicks,
That's right,
to
yep.
coach the softball team. And I don't know, maybe some people around the Henderson County area might remember that name from Trinity Valley. She played volleyball, and I think she played softball for Trinity Valley also before she went on to, I think, Prairie View or something like that.
Prairie View A&M.
Yeah, but anyway, she's back to resurrect the softball. The baseball team and softball teams have kind of been down the last few years, and so hopefully they can jump on this bandwagon that the football team and the basketball teams are on, and you know, start producing, and that way we can get all of our sports into the playoffs. So I'm really excited for the whole year.
Yeah. And then, of course, don't want to leave him high and dry. One of my favorite people out there in the world, of course. Going into the second year with Coach Sean Copeland over in Maybank. New district, new group of teams that are going to be playing this year. Also, kind of a different kind of look at the schedule this year. We're playing our senior night in like week 3 or 4 of the year. And then homecoming is pushed back into district play. So that's something we haven't seen in Maybank in quite some time. So I'm interested to see it. I like the way, quite frankly, I like the way it's set up. That senior night, there's so much emotion, or that last game of the year, there's already so much emotion and everything going on. Go ahead and get that senior night in and a couple of, and then get all the distracted type stuff out of the way first. Yeah. And then now we're going into playing district. Let's go play some district football.
But
exactly.
You got your homecoming in the middle of district. Most coaches don't like that. They always want their homecoming to be a pre-district for that reason.
So even though
I'm not against it. I'm just saying.
Even though there's probably thousands of people out there that are watching right now, and I'm not going to be able to deny this, I will deny it if anybody says I said it. It's because it's off Waxahachie Life. They were 0-10 last year.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But we're going to gloss over that point. It's just a good time to do it. It's just a good time to make it happen.
You don't want to tackle the giant on your homecoming. It's just not.
Well,
nobody wants that.
Yeah.
You want a homecoming that you can just assume the score. That way you can go out and have dinner with your friends and skip the game and just catch the score later and know that you won.
Yeah. And if Westwood did something like that, I could tell you exactly who the team would be that they would schedule, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, let's go ahead and kind of get back to talking about things. Now, again, it's going to be a little bit hard to talk about Cayuga in this fact. So, again, if you're a Cayuga Wildcat out there, we're going to have more to talk about. And I might even see if I can get us somebody, like maybe Mr. Redwine or somebody to come in 1 week and kind of, give us I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Would Micah play football? I'm not sure. Okay. But it's Cayuga. They all play every sport. So, anyway, we'll get somebody in here to kind of give us a recap of last year. Again, we were interested, and I could tell you, I'm pretty positive they were 6-5 last year. So I can tell you things about it, but as of what they're having this year, I don't know, because they also lost a bunch of senior players for them. Maybe most notably Gunnar Douglas, of course, taking off. He's going off to play college football at I think it was Midwestern State. That's what it was. He's going to Midwestern State, playing safety up there. But then, of course, you got Hayden Schrank, you got oh goodness, they got that running back Shiloh Perkins, right? Something like that. Anyway, they lost quite a few of their seniors. So again, I got a pretty good idea of what their teams have looked like in the past, but as of last year, just kind of a blank there. But over on the Maybank side, man, is there anything that you have found out over the summer?
No, I didn't get a chance to really research it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is people know, me and JD have been holding this down for a couple of years. I'll just go ahead and spill the tea. We're not one of those businesses that gets on Facebook whenever we don't sell out or whatever, But me and JD have been basically living on the equivalent of peanut butter and crackers as broadcasters for the last couple of years. So it's been a rough go of it, but things are starting to work out well for us. So all of that to say, we're able to start spreading out, doing a little more, doing here's and there's. But we over the summer, Papa's got to work. Papa's got to do things. So it's not that we didn't want to be at the summer workouts and everything like we did last year. Like last year, we got to do a couple episodes of kind of a summer show. That also didn't exactly get funded, so we didn't keep doing that. But there's a lot of different things, and I'm telling you from what I've seen in the early goings, and just like posting about John Morrow, who hopefully will be able to join us on a couple of these and other things like that. The fervor is definitely coming back, and I think once people, because again, baseball, is kind of I don't want to say niche because it's not a niche sport, but high school baseball they have a hard time getting people to watch pro baseball, okay? So it's kind of hard to get people to watch high school baseball, but high school football is maybe the third biggest sport in the country behind pro and college football, so I don't think it's going to be tough, and I think people in KU are going to be really excited to see because they have even Westwood, y'all have at least had radio coverage consistently. I will give that station that. They've been pretty consistent with because of you keeping up with it, you know what I mean? But KU has always kind of been the redhead stepchild. They might get one game of coverage every 2 or 3 months, and dadgummit, we're here to change that. And I think people are going to be excited whenever old JD Bird starts rolling up to a bunch of games.
Man, I'm going to do my best.
And I'm going to tell you right now, KU is over there in Anderson County along with Westwood, Palestine, and all that. And KU is the only school besides Palestine that has a state championship in football. So
they won it in football and basketball
the same year. 2011.
Can you tell me the star?
Traylon Shedd.
Traylon Shedd.
I was at the state championship football game in 2010 and 2011. Didn't make it to the basketball game, but his dad, Bill Shedd, was one of my assistant coaches when I was in high school at Westwood. So I'm familiar with the Shedd family.
Well, speaking of being familiar with, let's go ahead and we kind of, again, this is our first episode. We're going to find our groove and our rhythm into these things. We're just getting this thing figured out. So, Ricky, go ahead and give us a little bit, for anybody that doesn't know anything about Westwood, kind of give us a rough synopsis of what happened with the Westwood Panthers last year.
Well, last year, let's see, we started out, 7-0, won the first 7 games. Then we hit a buzzsaw in a team called Teague, how you want to say it. And we lost that game because apparently they had most of their players injured all season and they got them all back in the same game. And they ran to perfection their offense and their defense. They had a game plan, they ran it perfectly. We weren't prepared for them. Then the next week we played Fairfield, who was ended up winning the district. We lost to them also. But basically, we went 9-3 on the year. We lost in the second round to Columbus, who we lost to the year before. I think the first year that we lost to Columbus, they went on to win the state championship.
Yeah, that was the Grayson Rigdon year.
Yeah, the Grayson Rigdon year. And then last year, Columbus got beat by Yoakum in the playoffs, who went on to win state. It was Kavion Bryant's junior year. He threw for over 3,000 yards, like 37 touchdowns. Had 800 yards rushing, added another 16 touchdowns rushing. Markel Morrow, 1,300 yards receiving. That's a school record. I think he tied the school record for touchdown receptions in 16 maybe.
Yeah, here's your numbers right here. 3407 for Bryant in the air, 37 touchdowns, one pick. That's a pretty good
Look
ratio.
over there, that quarterback rating, 151.9. That is just out of sight. And then you see that we got all of our guys who threw the ball passes had over 100 rating. But then like rushing, there it is right there.
95 carries for 740 and 7
touchdowns. So I was a little over on the 16 touchdowns.
But still.
But one of those players there on that rushing, Zaire Brown, he was just a freshman, and he had 631 yards. He's coming back, and in the scrimmage, what I've seen, he's going to be another force to reckon with. What Westwood's got to do, we only lost 5 seniors off the whole team, but a lot of them were our up front guys, our linemen, and we're going to have to get our linemen in shape, get them doing a better job of protecting Kavion, give him a little more time to throw, because if you give him a little more time to throw, he's going to find the open guy somewhere. And if not, he's going to break it off for 30 or 40 yards rushing. And then the defense, if we can get the defense, I think if we can hold other teams to 21 points or less, we're going to win because we're going to score 30 or 40 points a game. We've got that explosive in the offense.
I don't think that's unrealistic. I mean, I've seen you guys play, and I went out and watched that first scrimmage with you guys. What was it, White Oak, that they were scrimmaging against? And again, don't get me wrong, very first scrimmage, coming off of summer and everything like that, so you can't put a whole lot of stock in it. But let me tell you right now, if this is week 2, week 3, that might have been 100.
Well, they just scrimmaged Troop this past Thursday. They didn't see that one because I was helping you.
Right.
But they scrimmaged Troop, and Troop is top 5 in Class 2A Division I, and they just had a star quarterback move in for their team. And Westwood, I asked Coach Pittman what he thought. He said he was very pleased, especially with the defense. The defense had 2 goal line stops, and they outscored 3-1. I don't know if that's the whole scrimmage or if that's the time portion or whatever. But he was really pleased with what he saw, and he said they're ready to go for Jefferson on Thursday.
Okay. I like it. And so, again, kind of going back to my guys over here, we've got, look, there's quite a few returners. A couple of come up to the top of my mind, a couple of guys that are really going to be leaders, and JD can attest to this. He still knows these guys. You got Jesse Noble coming back for his senior year. And Jesse knows I'm not making fun of him. He can tell you, if you were standing right there, he can tell you the exact same thing. If Jesse can play, Jesse's the best linebacker on the field. And Jesse's got a little bit of Sean Lee to him. So when he's on the field, man, he makes plays. But, he's got to stay. But it's because he throws his body at everything. You know what I mean?
He should strongly not stand on him.
Sorry.
But and then over on the offensive line, you got a guy that really stepped up last year, and kind of towards the beginning of the year, we were really expecting a couple of the seniors to really take over the leadership role and really drive it in there. But it seemed like every time we looked down at the offensive line, the guy who was consistently winning was James Porter. And James Porter will be back again this year, so he's going to be a senior. Matter of fact, he got an All-American Bowl invite, so he'll be playing an All-American Bowl. So congratulations to him. So he'll be back next, anchoring the offensive line. So I'm excited to see those guys. Then there, of course, there's a few more names here and there, and don't get me wrong, but it's hard. It's hard to do this, you know what I mean? Especially in a team that's gone 1-9 and 2-8 in the last 3 seasons, you know what I mean? But the freshmen are the ones we've got the eyes on right now, gentlemen. Of course, everybody knows the greatest running back in Maybank history was one Brian Killer Miller. Everybody for years has been saying there's one kid we have bet to break his record, and that would be Sir Parker Miller. Brian Miller's son, Sir Parker, officially on the varsity roster as a freshman, was playing with the varsity on Thursday night. That was the Sir Parker that I was calling. So he'll be on the varsity. And then one that I don't even know that I've talked to you about this, looking on the kind of preliminary varsity roster that Coach Copeland had kind of sent out, one Frederick Aldridge Jr., a.k.a. Bubba, Honey's little brother, Bubba Aldridge, also making the varsity team as a freshman. There's actually 2 more freshmen, and I apologize. I'll know your names within the next couple of weeks, but those guys, I don't want to say we've had a relationship with, but we know of their people, you know what I mean? So those are 2 freshmen that, quite frankly, are going to see a lot of playing time as freshmen, and I'm really excited to see how it works out. As you know, again, Brian Miller, greatest running back in Maybank history, and then Honey Aldridge is quickly becoming maybe the greatest girls basketball player in Maybank history. So, two big names to live up to. But from what I know about those 2 kids, I think they're gonna be the real deal to live up to. So, I know y'all got one over there that's a youngster that's going to be coming up over the next couple of years that happens to share a last name with a few of the studs y'all have out there now. That
it's not the last name that he shares with the studs. It's the name that he shares with a former late great.
That is actually true.
And his name just happens to be Kobe Bryant, and he was named after the great Kobe Bryant. And yes, he's a great kid, great basketball player. I've seen a little bit of clips of him on the football field, and he's got the speed, he's got the moves that his brothers have. But he's an 8th grader, and he's been slam dunking since he was in the 7th grade. So, he's...
It's in the family.
Yeah, it's in the family. Well, come on. The dad played major college basketball at Mississippi Valley State, I think it was. Their mom played junior college basketball until she blew her knee out. Grandma Bryant played at SMU. So, yeah, they've got... And just so people know where their bloodline comes from, they went Kadrian Bryant and Tina Bryant, mom and dad and grandma, they all went to high school in Carthage. So there's where the bloodline.
There you go. There you go. And then honestly, it's been a family affair in the other places as well. Now, unfortunately, fortunately, let me not say unfortunately. Fortunately, Jackson Copeland, who was the son of athletic director over at Maybank, he got a scholarship to go play at East Texas Texarkana. Texas A&M Texarkana, excuse me. So first year program, I believe he's playing safety up there, so going to do that. And then over on your side, man, I don't know if you've seen JD's. For a young guy, he's not very much of a social media guy, but Coach McGee's wife has been posting a lot of photos of young Gunner McGee out there with Coach Jake, and he's strapping up the KU colors for the first time this year. So I think he's in 7th or 8th grade, something like that. But he is officially going to be playing some KU football this year as well. So it's all within the family, man. It's all within the family. I like it. All right, well, let's go ahead and I guess we got just another topic or two here to kind of speak on real quick. So let's go ahead and talk about the first game. So y'all are going to be going down to, Jefferson is going to be coming down to Palestine. So I know you probably don't really have a scouting report, to be honest with you folks. Week 1 is always a little bit crazy. We'll probably have more along the lines of scouting reports over the next couple of weeks, but there's really not much information, and we're kind of busy right now, so it is what it is. So just kind of give us a little bit, if you know anything about the Jefferson Bulldogs.
Jefferson is coming over to Panther Stadium on Thursday night. Game starts at 7:30. Jefferson they're ranked in the top 5 in Division 3.
Okay.
3A Division 2, and I think they have a pretty good quarterback, is what I've heard.
Okay.
I haven't really done a whole lot of scouting on them. I'll get some more going this week. I'll pull out the Dave Campbell and see what Dave has. I should have brought it with me, but I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, so the thing about Westwood that I want people to understand, for the past 3 or 4 years, our non-district schedule hasn't been very strong.
Yeah.
We played some pretty weak teams and bulked up that record before we went to district. This year, we're playing Jefferson, top 10 in Division 2. Malakoff, top 10 in Division 1. Cedar Hill, a school out of Cedar Hill, not the Cedar Hill. But
I think it's a private school. I think.
Yeah, it's a private school. Cedar Hill Trinity Leadership. They made the playoffs last year in 3A. We played Garrison for homecoming. They're in the top 10, maybe top 15 in 2A. And in Timpson is just a few years removed from a state championship in 2A. So we bolstered up our non-district schedule. But that first game, Jefferson, I'm not sure why we're playing it on Thursday night. I heard something about Jefferson requested it because it's a tradition of them to play their first game of the season on Thursday for the last several years. But it's going to be on Thursday, 7:30. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock.
Gotcha. And if people want to watch that game, where do they catch it at?
Westwood Panther Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook Live.
Perfect. And then again, we apologize to the folks at KU. And again, if you have anything I don't mean to be speaking for you, so if you've got anything else, you have any kind of insights or anything, they're playing TK Gorman.
Yeah,
you know that.
they're playing Bishop Gorman.
Yeah.
It's going to be there
at
Gorman, so I don't know a whole lot about them, and unfortunately, call it an error on my part. Did not get myself well enough prepared to get into this, but
you've got a lot going.
I will be going to talk and get a coach's interview with Coach McGee this week. So I mean, those are the things I'm going to be questioning him about, and kind of getting his insights on what the schedule's looking like for him at the end of the year, what's he expecting from his team, stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to get hopefully caught up a little bit with things before I actually get to the broadcast. So hopefully by the time I'm broadcasting the game, I might actually be a little bit more knowledgeable.
And not to put you on the spot, when are we haven't talked about it. What are you going to do with that coach's interview? Are you going to play it like a pregame kind of thing? Are you going to post it before?
Yeah, I'm planning on that Friday during the day.
Yeah.
During that school day, I'll go ahead and post that on the Facebook and on the YouTube, where if you want to go in and watch it. But then also during the broadcast, either before or at halftime, one of the two, I'm going to try to go ahead and play that for anybody that just wants to watch it during the broadcast and have it as part of the show. So it will be up there for you to watch anytime you like, or it will be on the live broadcast that I do on that Friday whenever it's game time.
So really no excuse to miss it.
That's right.
Be there all the time.
That's right.
Well,
Oh, I forgot to tell about our coaching show.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes.
No, Lord,
But,
this is our first show. We're still
Yes, our
figuring it
first
out.
show.
We're figuring it out, everybody.
Dude, this is my
Open
first
floor,
time on camera, okay? So I have a face for radio.
We all got the radio faces.
Yeah, so anyway.
And I'm not wearing this color again. Don't worry, guys.
So anyway, on the Westwood Panther Sports Network, we are doing a live coaches show from Ham Bones Cajun Bar and Grill down in Old Town Palestine. That will be on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. You can catch that hopefully on YouTube and Facebook Live at Westwood Panther Sports Network. Like I said, I don't know of anybody around here that does a live coaching show, so we're going to be the first one to try it out, and hopefully we can do a good enough job that maybe y'all can follow in the future.
Well, I like that. And well, heck, I guess I'll go ahead and announce. We're also going to be doing it for the Maybank School. The Maybank School. We're going to be for the Maybank broadcast. We're going to be recording, I believe, on Wednesdays. We still got to get Chris Quinn and double check, make sure everything. But on Wednesdays, well, I guess I can't call it what we've been colloquially calling it because another place already has that coin. But we will be doing.
Lots of people use that phrase.
Yeah, but I don't. Nah, I'm good. We are going to be doing pork skin picket. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do pork skin picket.
Chicharrones.
Name is not set in stone
Name is
yet.
not set in stone yet.
Probably for
but
the
we
best.
will be doing
This
that.
name is not copyrighted.
Right.
And it will be my pregame show. So that'll be my pregame show. Planning on recording that on Wednesdays and then playing it before the game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right. I feel like I had one more thing written down. I'm hacking a fraud, so I can't. What does that say?
Maybe that was your question.
Can anyone read
The end.
last question?
That's right. And of course, for KU, you can catch us on the KU Wildcat Sports Network on YouTube and also on their Facebook page to be able to catch our broadcasts.
Yes,
Well, I
absolutely.
say our, but my broadcast.
That's right. Own it.
That's right.
Own it.
It's mine.
Yeah, hey,
Right.
and if you're out here watching and you live in the area, again, thank you so much. I had a couple of people reach out to me about coming and helping me out in Maybank. I think I got one other guy I got to talk to, maybe going to like a 3-man booth kind of thing. But do know for a fact that John Morrow is going to be joining me. For anybody that doesn't know, John Morrow was one of those beastly offensive senior linemen I was talking about last year from Maybank. Graduated class 2026. He's going to be up in the booth with me. So I don't really. So that's going to be fun and exciting. I'll cut all the way. I almost said he didn't get to play college football, and I don't want to put that in there. So that's so.
Well, let me tell you something about that.
Yeah.
If I know him, me being somebody who came almost straight from the field to the booth back
Yeah.
in my day, he is so hyped up for this. He's excited that he still gets to be a part of the program somehow.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. JD is my favorite broadcast partner I've ever had. I absolutely loved having JD with me. I am so excited to have John with me because if something weird goes on, I'll just be like, hey, text Porter, ask him what in the world went on last night, and get back to me and let me know what happened. Because I'm going to have literally somebody that was just in the locker room last year. It's kind of like that first year or two whenever Tony Romo went up into the booth. You know what I mean? He knew exactly what was going on because he knew exactly what everybody was running. So it's
And he told you.
He did. He told you a lot. So. Well, guys, I think that's good enough for our first episode. And it was kind of a short and sweet one. Again, when we have more stats and more in-depth things to really dig into, chew into, we'll get there. But wanted to get an episode out before week 1. Again, as you see, the studio is still a little unfinished here, so apologize for it not being exactly the greatest thing you've ever looked at, but. Wanted to go ahead and get week 1 in, and again, we'll be improving this space, making things cool. I have visions of maybe taking voicemails in the future, get a voicemail line that people call in, ask questions. I got some big plans for this thing. So as y'all know me, JD can tell you, if I think about something, it might take me 3 months to get there, but eventually, by the time it gets done,
we'll get there in the end.
it'll also be streamed. That's the other thing, is I can slap something together, but whenever I release something, I want it to be streamlined. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the way things go.
And Taylor can also tell you that he's had to reel me in a few times on some of my ideas, like, oh, slow down there, let's get this one at a time.
Easy part.
Well, it's only because we've been doing, like, this is going into the third year with, trust me, you can ask JD, how many of my ideas have I had that we were like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea, and then get there and in purpose, like doing it, you're like, oh, this was a bad idea. Like, you know what I mean? So it happens. And
The answer is too many.
Too many. So, but all right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all being here. This has been the first episode ever of Run the 903, and we'll see you next week. Future Taylor stepping into the past here. Again, want to apologize about the audio issues from today. We've got a new camera, and I realized I didn't turn off the microphone to the camera. Unfortunately, it was after we already recorded. So, again, appreciate you fighting through. And next week, we'll have a nice, crisp broadcast for you on Run the 903.